can never be too careful when chasing a dangerous story.
Major!
Hey everybody, it's Ashley with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 vampire anime series.
I wouldn't recommend it, Dunfield. Taking on a vampire at night is a mission for morons and fools. Which are you?
That's right, for this list, we're going to be looking at the best bloodsuckers to ever slither out of the anime scene. Keep in mind, we won't be looking at any vampire flicks, otherwise Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust would appear pretty high in our ranking. What I want you to do is let me know in the comments who you think is the greatest vampire character in all of anime. And as always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which anime list you want to see next.
It's a vampire!
Before we get started on our countdown, let me talk to you about NAB, our favorite place for new fandom products. It's awesome because it brings new listings for new releases and hard to find restocks on top online stores into one place. But what I love most about NAB is we can follow our favorite fandoms and track new releases on our own personalized My Stuff page. They've got toys, plushies, movies, card games, vinyl records, and so much more. Best of all, right now, for every 100 people who sign up for a free NAB account, they're giving one person a free $50 gift card. So sign up, and get your friends to sign up too, because the more people that do sign up, the more gift cards they're going to give away. Number 10, Vampire Night.
Drinking blood on school grounds is strictly forbidden. Has the smell of blood made you lose control?
Turns out there is a right way to mingle with sexy vampires and romance. And while there certainly is a level of cheesiness to this classic shoujo, there's a reason why so many were captivated by the various love hexagons that formed its foundations.
Protect yourself, Zero.
You've got gun-wielding tragic pretty boy Zero battling for the heart of the human girl he loves against equally smoldering immortals. Honestly, the amount of brooding, broken hearts, and fight scenes that it manages to weave together certainly elevated above that of its contemporaries.
But still, all I want is Yuki.
Number 9, Blood Blockade Battlefront. Vampires might take a backseat in comparison to the other monsters and supernatural threats that come spilling out of the beyond, but there's still a very prominent threat that catch the attention of Libra. While their abilities and hierarchy are radically altered from your classic castle dwellers, it doesn't make it any less awesome when we see Leonardo take them out with the all-seeing eyes of God. If your curiosity is in any way piqued, then give it a go and embrace the eccentric. You can't go wrong with Studio Bones and the creator of Trigun after all. Number 8, Blood Lad. He's no count, he's not suave, and would rather spend his days unleashing fake kamehamehas as opposed to draining the blood of his victims. And that's what makes Staz so enjoyable to watch. He's a punk with a heart of gold who will do anything to help the girl he accidentally let get mulched into a ghost. His escapades battling every kind of fantastical creature are always a delight to watch, since everything in the world has been through the shonen machine, and packed with so many hilarious redrafts of classic monsters, it'll have you cracking up before you know it. Number 7, Seraph of the End. In a world where vampires rule and humanity is nothing but cattle, one vengeful orphan chooses to bite back, joining a small militia in order to save humanity from being brought to the brink. After his friend is forcibly turned, Yuichiro finds himself taking up the sword as a member of the Moon Demon Company, setting the stage for a lot of hacking and slashing. While it's largely been forgotten in recent years, there's still a lot of fun to be had watching Yuichiro let his inner demon out of the bag. Number 6, Trinity Blood.
It's a vampire!
We all know that vampires feed on humans, but did you ever wonder if anything fed on vampires? Say hello to the new top of the food chain. As a Krusnik, Abel Nightroad feasts on the blood of bloodsuckers everywhere, which he's able to accomplish effortlessly thanks to his near invulnerability and set of supernatural abilities.
I am a Krusnik, a vampire that feeds on the blood of vampires.
Thankfully, he's a pretty swell guy most of the time, acting as an envoy for the church by day, while devouring Nosferatu by night. Throw in a sadistic evil organization into the mix, and you've got the makings of a great gothic time, complete with plenty of ammunition.
It's useless!
Number 5, the case study of Vanitas.
間違いないトマベルヌだ止めろノエわかりますたは
A newcomer to the vampire genre, Vanitas has nonetheless left its impact during its short existence. Following a great war between vampire and humankind, one such bloodsucker sets out to find the legendary book of Vanitas for his master. Unfortunately for him, it's currently in the hands of a human, and a rather troublesome one at that.
俺は医者だヴァンピール専門のな俺は彼女
Reluctantly, the two work together in an attempt to cure the ever-spreading curse vampire kind now faces, while also uncovering some rather dark conspiracies. It's violent, it's hilarious, and of course, it's extremely spicy at times. Number 4, Shiki.
試しに農薬を注射してみる
For all the horror that vampires can bring, humans can always one-up them in the scare department, with ignorance and cruelty alone. After the inhabitants of a small village start to become infected and turn into creatures of the night, paranoia and mob justice start to seep in. Unsettling and uncomfortable with no saints on either side, if you're looking for an anime to disturb you in the most unexpected of ways, then hop on down to this sleepy mountain town, which quite frankly would be better off being burned to the ground. Number 3, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Long before there were stands, long before there was an entire dynasty of JoJo's, there was Phantom Blood, which can be best summarized as a family feud between two gents built like brick shit houses that just so happen to find a mask that can change people into vampires. The iconic genesis of the Joestar's battle against Dio Brando doesn't always rank so highly when compared to its other entries, but nonetheless it is entertaining. You've got Dio fully embracing the Rees, the debut of the legendary Thunder Cross Split Attack, and of course, plenty of vampires for JoJo to punch apart with Hamon.
Thunder Cross Split Attack!
Number 2, Kizumonogatari.
一人目の眷属の話じゃ。
ああ、そういえば言ってたっけ?
The Monogatari franchise has so many crazy monsters and concepts launching themselves at Araragi day in and day out. that a regular bout against a legitimate vampire seems almost comically tame by comparison. That being said, Kiss Shot is the furthest thing from tame.
死んでくれ我が主人死ぬがよい我が重木
This film trilogy serves as the perfect prequel to the crazy events that dominate one of anime's most out there series, focusing on how Araragi and all of his lewdness took on the wrath of the vampire queen that would one day become Shinobu. If you're still umming and ahhing about getting into the Monogatari bandwagon, then this is an excellent starting point. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Hellsing Ultimate.
Now, Luke Valentine, it's time to educate you on how a real vampire does battle.
At the end of the day, there's only one king of vampires, and it's the manic, gun-wielding shit-talker who spends his free days tearing his way through Nazi vampires, crazy Catholics, and anyone who decides to step up to his swag. Stylish and gory to the extreme, this is the gothic action fest to defy all others. There's so much insanity happening in each scene that it almost borders on parody, and yet, thanks to its homage to vampire lore, the endearing nature of its characters, as well as a villain with perhaps the most bone-chilling speech in all of anime, it excels on every level.
Friends, I love war.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.